Man, I got mind control over Debo. He be like, shut up. I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again. Welcome to the 4th round of For the Culture Readathon. If you are new here, this readathon celebrates Black books and Black culture. And if you are a returning participant, hey boo! Previously, the readathon took place solely on Twitter at FTC Readathon, but this year, since I'm expanding, I'm bringing it over to YouTube too. The number one rule of this readathon is that all books must be written by Black authors. This round will take place all February. There is a theme. There will be 16 prompts and there are 2 group books. So let's get into it. I'm so excited. Theme announcements. You may be able to guess what the theme is based on my little quote at the beginning. This round's theme is Black movies. There'll be 16 prompts, 16 different movies chosen, a prompt for each movie. So let's go ahead and get into the prompts. First prompt, Friday, Debo, steal a book off of somebody else's TBR. So make sure that you are posting your TBRs. You can post them on YouTube, post them on Twitter, and if you post them, make sure that you tag me on Twitter at FTC Readathon, so that everybody can see what you're reading and everybody can have multiple TBRs to choose from, to choose their books. Let's get these TBRs out. Next Friday, Pinky, a book with a pink cover. Friday after next, a book set during a holiday. Valentine's Day is coming up, so you can do that holiday or you can do any holiday you want. Set it off, Cleo, a sapphic book. For those of you who don't know, sapphic just means having representation of a woman or women who love women. Lesbian, bisexual, pansexual representation, any woman who loves or is attracted to other women. Black Panther, a Black fantasy book. I'm thinking an all or mostly Black cast. Bad Boys 2, a buddy read. Now you may be wondering why I chose a Bad Boys 2 instead of just regular Bad Boys, and that is because I wanted to. I like Bad Boys 2 better. I think that we all know that the scene when that boy comes to pick up Martin Lawrence's daughter is one of the greatest scenes in cinematic history. Nobody can argue with me about that. We all know, so I chose Bad Boys 2. You can complete this prompt by either buddy reading with a friend who's doing the readathon, buddy reading with a friend who's not doing the readathon, or you can read one of the group books with us, which I will get into a little bit later. Coming to America, a book set in an African country. Now, the way that I worded this prompt was on purpose because Africa is a continent. Some people forget that. So there's a variety of countries you can choose from. Poetic justice, read some poetry. It can be a poetry collection, it can be a novel in verse, or it can just be one solitary poem. Up to you, just read some poetry. Cinderella, it's possible. I know I sound terrible, forgive me, but read a book featuring a Black character doing something that is seemingly impossible. So you could choose a Black dragon rider, you could choose a Black magic wielder, you could choose a Black CEO, you could choose a Black architect. Get creative if you want to. Anything that maybe as a child you wondered if Black people could do that in these books, and in real life we can do everything. The Wood, Black boy joy. Now for this one, it doesn't have to be a Black boy, it can also be a Black man. As long as there's some kind of joy for a Black boy or man, you can count it. Moonlight, award winning. It can be an award winning book or an award winning author. It does not have to be big awards. Any award that it has won or that the author has won, it counts. Devil in a Blue Dress, a book to screen adaptation. Now for this, you can get creative. You can either choose a book that's already been adapted into a movie or show. You could choose a book that is pre-production, in the middle of film and stuff like that. Or you could choose a book that the rights have just been bought. Like, if you can find an article online that says, hey, somebody wants to make a movie or a TV show out of this, then you can count it. It doesn't have to be even in production, you know, because we don't get a lot of adaptations. So this is a very, very lenient prompt. As long as you can find an article that says that it's getting adapted, you can work. Also, it does not have to be on your TV. If you know of a book that has some kind of web adaptation, like a short on YouTube, you can use that as well. Boomerang. You gotta coordinate. Read a book that matches your outfit. It can be your outfit now at the time of watching this video. It can be your outfit when you make your TBR. Or you can just mood read and just one day be like, hey, I'm wearing this outfit and I'm finna pick up a book for the prompt. It's up to you. The Harder They Fall, a book in a genre or subgenre where Black people are severely underrepresented. Black people are underrepresented in every single genre, but I'm specifically thinking of genres where we're severely underrepresented. Like, you really have to look for Black authors in these genres. So I'm thinking like sci-fi, horror, thrillers, dark academia books if you're going for subgenres. And the next prompt can coincide with this prompt as well. And the next prompt is Eve's Bayou. Read a Gothic book. Gothic literature is definitely a subgenre that Black people are underrepresented in. So these two prompts can work well together if you decide to do both of them. Love Don't Cost a Thing. Fake dating. Any book featuring fake dating. All right, let's get into the group books. The group books are completely optional. They're just fun to read and they can help with prompts. The first group book is Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. This will hit next Friday. Bad Boys 2, Moonlight, and The Wood. This is a young adult romance about a teen boy who considers himself a love doctor, and he bets that he can get a girl who hates romance to fall in love with him after just 3 dates. And our next group book is Sorrowland by Rivers Solomon. This hits Eve's Bayou, The Harder They Fall, Bad Boys 2, and Moonlight. And this is a gothic horror fantasy about our main character who leaves the only life they've ever known to go live in the woods while being pregnant with twins. I'm pretty sure that there are cults involved. Okay, let's get into the rules real quick. There aren't many. All Black authors count. African American authors count. Afro-Latin authors count. Black authors from other countries count. Biracial authors count. All Black authors count. But only Black authors count. Even if the characters are Black, if the author isn't, then it does not count. You can use one book for as many prompts as it'll fit. Double up as much as you want. You do not have to start the book during the readathon, but you have to finish it during the readathon for it to count. So if you start a book in January and you want to finish it in February for the readathon, that is just fine. Graphic novels, novellas, short stories, audiobooks, all types of reading counts. And you can stretch prompts to make them work for you as much as you want. I'm not policing anybody's TBRs. Just make it make sense. Most of the readathon does take place on Twitter. That's where I will be reposting everybody's TBRs, everybody's wrap-ups, maybe do some occasional sprints. That is where all of that will happen. So make sure you follow us there so that you can keep up with us. And tag the readathon in any readathon content that you post. If you're interested in going back and looking at any of the 3 past rounds that we have done, you can find those on the Twitter page as well. If you just, search for announcement or announce, all the announcements will pop up. In the past, we have done a Black TV show round, a Black music round, and a Black Halloween round. So yeah, if you want to go look those up, if you want to do them on your own time, feel free. If you're planning on participating, let me know down in the comments and let me know what your favorite prompt is, which prompt you're most excited for. Check out my Black Booktuber tag. This may be your first time seeing me, so if you're interested in knowing more about my reading taste, definitely go check that out and I will see you there. Man, my grandmama gave me that book.